This activity is on the TI-4. We're going to show you how to do like powers and roots and things like that. So the most common two are what we call the power two or the square button. So we have the square button. And if you see this symbol, this is referred to as its inverse or the square root button. Over the years, there used to be like a little two up here, but over the years, that little two got erased. That little small number is called a Unix number, and in algebra, they have finally just kind of made that little two go away. So you just see this symbol here, which stands for square root. So square means I'm raising something to a power of two. So like if I have 7 squared, that means something raised to power 2. So if I want to square something on this calculator, again, notice how I'm on the table. If I hit the second button and hit mode, it'll actually quit and get me back to the home screen. Then if I want to clear that all off there, I can clear that all off. So if I want to type 7 squared in, what we do is we hit the 7, and then the one that has the x2 raises it to a power 2. If I hit enter, it'll go ahead and square it for us. Now, if I want to take the square root of 49, that should take us back to the 7, because 7 squared is 49, because remember, these are related to each other. So if I want to actually take the square root of 49, notice right above the x squared in blue, there's this square root symbol. So remember, to get to a blue button, we have to hit the second button to start with. So if I hit that second button and hit the x2 button, it'll actually do the square root symbol. If I type 49 in, it'll give me that. So the 49. So those are the most common roots, is the square and the square root. But remember, powers and roots could be anything. So, I could have like 8 to the third power, or I could have, the cube root of something. Let's say 27. If I want to do 8 to the third power, there's 2 ways of doing it. One of the hotkeys is this little rooftop key. So if I want to do 8 to the power of 3, I could hit 8. And this rooftop key is this key here. And notice how it moves my cursor up in the air. And it's now prompting me for an exponent. If I type 3 in, hit enter, it'll go ahead and give me this 512. If I want to take the cube root, we don't really have, I'm looking for this key here, this X root one. This one's a little bit different. Where some stuff is tucked away, we have to hit this math button. Remember that math button, we had convert to fractions and decimals. Notice that cubing and cube root are both here, and then there's also this button here as well. So to do a cube root, I actually could choose number 4. And I can type in the 27, hit enter, and it'll give me the 3. Things like that. But suppose I wanted to do, say, the fourth root of, say, 625 or something like that. To do the fourth root, if you go to the math key, notice there's no fourth one, but notice how there's this x square, this x, and this symbol here is actually called the radical symbol, this little thing right here. So this x, and then there's this radical symbol. So the radical is kind of the symbol here, but this one's kind of been adopted as square root. But if we change the index number, then we can call them different things. But what we have to do the fourth root is we have to leave there. So if I clear, that makes that all go away. So if I type in the 4 and then go to math and then choose number 5, notice how it puts my index number 4 there. I could then type in the 625, hit enter, and it'll give me the answer of 5. So that means that 5 to the 4th should give me 625. So if I hit 5, hit this key, I can now put the 4 in and hit enter, and that gives me 625. So in summary, the x squared button on your calculator only does the power 2, and the one above it only does square roots. So it's the inverse of this. The housetop or up cursor key, if you will, that can be used to put any exponent above a number. I can also go to the math key and find some shortcuts in there. There's this cube button and there's this cube root button. And then this one does any root. So for instance, like the 4 through 625, I could do that one as well. So those are a little bit trickier because remember on this one, you actually have to declare the index number before you go into this menu. All righty, I'll stop there. Hopefully you'll find that useful.